Hello everyone, this is Robert with a very short update for the Voxel effect preset that I released just yesterday. There were some comments and some people obviously have trouble with modeling the shapes for the Voxel effect. First of all, let me say this preset was coded, or let's say Espresso coded in Cinema for the release 11.5. So I don't know whether it works in older releases. I guess there are some issues there. Sorry for that, guys. I won't downgrade my system to release 11. You have to find a way to get it done. I guess maybe when you delete the more dynamic stuff and you have the chance that it works, or you try to rebuild the setup. It's not too hard. Just unlock the unhide and unlock the layers as I showed you in the main tutorial in the window. Where is it? In the layer browser. Unhide it and unlock it, and then check out how this preset is set up and try to rebuild it yourself. That's the challenge, right? So what I will do now is I will do a bit more complex model, not only a sphere or a torus, so that you can see which parts at which parts you have to be careful, and this tutorial will be totally uncut and unedited, so hope you don't mind my language problems. There was a special question in the comments. Just let me search for it. Just a second. I think it was somebody who wanted to model a bottle. Fabian. Hey Fabian. He wanted to model a bottle and had some issues there, so I will do that now. I will start with a cylinder and make it editable, and just take those upper faces and extrude them. I'll do this very quickly. As said in my first tutorial for the preset, you don't have to be very exact with the shape, with the volume shape, because it will be replaced with the voxels in the end anyway, right? So don't invest too much time there. Okay, that's not yet really a bottle. I hope you don't mind that I don't comment everything what I'm doing right now. This will be kind of a different tutorial than I do usually. So okay, it's not a perfect bottle, but to get the idea, it should be enough, I guess. I should have looked at some references though. Okay. So a very simple bottle. Right now it's only the outside. Let's make it hollow. It's always a good thing if you have, like in the teaser I created for the preset, I had this car, and I made this car hollow as well, and that is because when it falls in its pieces, in its cubes, with the more dynamics, you don't have too much cubes. You don't have only the cubes of the outside geometry when it's hollow. Oh, I think you understand that. So let's make it hollow. Extrude inwards. Where is it? No. N. Somebody help me, where's the extrude inwards? extrude inner, MW. Okay. So let's look at it from a different view. Alright, like so, and like so, and like so. And another one down there. Okay, I guess that should be enough. Also, try to keep in mind that you don't make the distance between this inner bottle and this outer bottle faces. You have to have some room between there, because otherwise the voxel effect does not have enough volume inside the glass, so to speak, to create the voxels in. You know what I mean. So if you make those this inner shape too close to the outer one, you won't see any voxels when you enable the effect. Maybe we'll see this in a moment. So okay, I have created my basic shape, and as said in the first tutorial, what you need to do is you have to set the anchor point, the axis of this shape to its geometry, and we will do this by structure, axis center, center axis 2, and then it snaps into the middle. And then I can open up my voxel preset, copy it, and paste it. And let's see, there we go. Drag into the cylinder and enable it and hide the shape. Switch to render instances for better performance. And now that is, for example, what I just explained. Due to the fact that my so either my cubes are too big, or my bottle is too small, or the glass thickness is too low. So what I can do now is I can either scale up my shape until I get these holes filled. The larger I make it, obviously, the more cubes I will get. So scale it up, scale it up. Still there are some holes. So I don't want to make it too big. So you see my Mac is already slowing down quite a lot. So I will make it smaller again. And maybe like, let's search for a spot where it makes sense. So like so, for example. Now the only part that is missing is this, when we look at the initial shape, I have this extrusion outwards at the very top of the bottle. I want to have this in the cubes as well. So what I need to do is to exaggerate this going outwards on the top. So I will select the faces, UL for loop selection, and exaggerate this shape, enabling my... Okay, this might be enough already. So you see now I have this upper shape there again. I think that is it's a good shape. So this is one way to get your details back into the matrix, into the cubes. You can change your main shape and exaggerate some of its features to get them back to the cubes. Or the other thing is you can make the cubes half the size, but I won't do this now because I already have quite a lot, and when I will do that, maybe let's try it. I will try to scale them down. So now you see I have a lot more detail, but I have really a lot more cubes now, and you can of course do that. That probably would look really cool when you ran it out, but it's almost impossible to work this way. So to work with it, you can set the size of the cubes a little bit higher, and then later when you render, you can scale them down and have your details back. So I won't set it as low right now. Okay, so I hope this helps you with the modeling. You always have to have a real volume shape. So you can't just like when I modeled the bottle, when I was at the point where I had this outer glass finished, outer bottle shape finished, and before I made it hollow, I couldn't have just deleted the top faces to make it hollow, if you know what I mean. So let me show you. Make a duplicate there. Or better, just create a new comp. A new comp, I'm speaking in After Effects language. So imagine this was the bottle I just created, and then instead of making it hollow by inner extruding and stuff like that, I could have just deleted the top faces, and this just won't work because I don't have a volume right now. Maybe I can try. I paste my voxel effect again and drag in the sphere over there and activate it. So you see some weird stuff going on. This doesn't work this way. Okay, I'm back. I was just interrupted. So where was I? Okay, so yeah, I tried to just delete the top faces of the cylinder and to make it hollow this way, but that doesn't work, as you can see. So you need to model your shapes like I showed you with the bottle. Alright, okay, sometimes when you do a bit more complex modeling, for example, when I did the car, I just let me show you. No, I can't show you because I already put it into my archive. But I had the problem when I modeled the car that at some point I made a mistake and I don't know, double-clicked when I wanted to extrude, and then I had basically I had two separate objects that looked like one because they were well, let me just simulate this. I can't explain it so well, so I will fake break it now. Structure, where is it? I'm searching for the break function, or what is it? Disconnect. I think it's disconnect split. So is it that? No. Oh, okay. Then it must be disconnect. Preserve groups, whatever. Okay. Now, if I did everything right, it shouldn't be working anymore. So let's drag the cylinder back in and hide it and enable the... Oh, it works. Okay. So I can't fake my mistake. But the problem that I had when modeling the car, I had two separate objects that I wanted to melt together in a way, and it didn't quite work, and so the voxel effect didn't understand that it was one object. For the voxel effect it looked like two separate objects that weren't closed, so that were no really volume objects. And what you can do then is you can select all points of your object, or just select the object. I think that works as well, but to be sure I will select all points and then go to functions and optimize. And by that you can get rid of, first of all, you can get rid of all unused points, and you can by that join points that are in this tolerance away from each other. So when you have for example, when I want to join these points that are in this line, you can use the optimize function, and then you maybe actually have seen this. If you take a closer look, I'm getting real close now. So this is kind of gray, and this is you have this this light there, and when I optimize this, take a look at the gray color. When I optimize it, you have the light there as well. So now it's really one object again. Okay, I hope you know, you understand what I mean. So these were some tips on modeling your objects for the voxel effect. I hope this helps you. If you still have problems, please post them in the comments. We will figure them out, at least until it doesn't have to do with the version of your cinema. As said, it should be 11.5, I guess, because otherwise you will face some problems. I hope you understand that. So long, see you the next time, and take care. Bye.